Evening peeps, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we've got round 8 of the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup, hosted by TANSO or TRG, TANSO Race Group. So round 8 tonight is live from Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit. It is the full shebang tonight. Should be interesting in these minis. They usually only play on the short course, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on tonight. Right, I don't think we started qualifying yet. Still got network issues. Someone has. Okay, Graham Reed's having connection issues. Looks like he's having a bit of glitchy going on. Okay. So is he going to set it up as actual quali? So 2 races for you guys tonight. We've got the first race of 15 minutes, as you can see on your screens there, and then we jump into a reverse grid half-an-hour race. In race 1 there's no tyre or fuel depletion, neither in qualifying. Medium tyres only though, and then a reverse grid for race 2. Tyre and fuel depletion are on. Tyre wear and fuel depletion. Someone getting it horribly wrong into Druids by the sound of it. Let's get ourselves on track. Okay, so it looks like we are just about to start qualifying then. Jim Cutler just asking everyone to get themselves on track. Here we go. Where's that gone? Okay, let's pull up some scores. We'll just wait for this qualifying to kick off. So, after round 7 at Kyoto Miyabi last week, NGR Cutler still running away with it a little bit, 216 points out front. The second place is P. Gibb, 92, he's on 171 points. Oh, I also joints on second. Rob Scott, 12, he's on 171 points as well. So, getting a bit tight as they come to the end of the season. Zach Blackwell, or Blackwell 411, he is in 4th with 165 points. Luke Doherty, 94, he is on 157 points, only a point behind him. In 6th is Dan KBL, in 7th is Thunderrat on 137 points. 135 points right behind him is Bajonski for 8th. Then we've got 134 points for Graham Reed in 9th. Weiss in 10th on 123 points. In 11th we've got RA320 Racing, he's on 102 points. 12th 1805, he's on 95 points. 13th NGR or NXGN Bigsy, he's on 69 points. 14th we have D.90, he is on 37 points, go check him out on YouTube. Boomilar 74 in 15th on 32 points, and then Pav 46 at the back of the pack, 16th, only on 24 points, but Pav out of this league now. So that's points as of round 7. We are into qualifying already. We've got the gubbins on, that's good. So just starting hot laps, Cutler leading them round. Let's go and get on board with Bigsy. So go for a quick lap. So through Paddock Hill. Gotta be careful not to run wide. Bigsy just keeping it on track there. Up towards Druids. Hard on the brakes for Druids. A lot of tyre squeal through here on those mediums. And into Graham Hill. Down towards Surtees. See what line they take through here in these little minis. Should be an interesting little line. Just full power through it once you've got it pointing in the right direction. Down the hill towards Hawthorns. Why isn't it turning the gubbins on now? Nice wide line in there for Big Z. So down the hill then, it's back up towards Dingle Dell. People have started setting qualifying times. Awkward turn that one, you may see one or two drivers running it wide through there. Through Sterling's, down towards Clark's. Final turn coming up. I'll flick all the gubbins on in a second once we've finished this lap on board. So through that final turn then, giving it full beans through there for Big Z. Sitting in 12th, he comes across the line. He's got himself up into 8th. Right, let's turn some nonsense on. There we go. So Luke Doherty out front. He does like these qualifying and first race setups with no fuel depletion and tyre wear. It does mean you can give it absolute hell for leather. So holding that fastest lap at the minute, 1:35.5. RA320's got himself into second. Phil Gibb, evening. What we got? No numbers. There's 13 in the room. Okay, so we've got Burnt Fry in the house. CRT Burnt Fry joining the minis. Right, more qualifying times coming in. Luke Doherty still holding that top spot. Can he go quicker? He does. 1:35.006. So extends his lead. Johnsky into second, but gets it all wrong into the sand. Oh, Zach Blackwell follows him in, gives him a little punt back up the road, smashing the marker out of the way. RA320 into third then, 1:35.7. Zach in fourth, holding a little bit of front end damage now though, 1:35.8. Cutler in fifth, 1:35.8. Dot in 6, he's on a 1:35.9. Rob Scott in 7th, 1:36.1. Pete Gibb in the chat there, he is on a 1:37.0. He's doing alright, Pete Gibb. Second place in the championship. So Big Z in 9th. .37.0 for Big Z, just been on board with him. Nice and clean through Surtees. D-Dot in 10th, so quite a newcomer to the league, but I think he's been enjoying it, been getting some good results as well. 1:37.1 for D-Dot. Burnt Fry, a name I think we all know, in 11th. Who was that in the background just running off track? Was that Thunder Rat? Yeah, 12th. So let's see what Burnt Fry's time was. 1:37.1. Thunder Rat just saw him getting himself back on track, 1:37.2. And Weiss in 13th at the minute, 1:37.9 for Weiss. So Luke Doherty still out front. But Johnsky's got himself back on track, he's given it another go. So it's a 15-minute quali, we are pretty much halfway through that now. Jump into the first race of this evening. 15 minutes on these medium tyres, no fuel depletion either. And then it's all about race 2. Half an hour around the same circuit. Tyre wear and fuel depletion get turned on. Also to mention, top 3 drivers from the last race last week also carry over success ballast into this week's race. I forget who they are now. I should research that before I go on. I should write it down at the end of each week, shouldn't I? Hey? Get me pad and me pen ready. So that'll be the same between race 1 and 2 tonight. The top 3 from race 1 will carry over success ballast into race 2, which means, well, 3 things. They carry the extra weight, they've now got fuel and tyre wear on, and they start from the back of the pack. So nobody able to shut down that time on Luke Doherty at the minute. Closest man is Podjonski, 1:35.7. He's got one more turn to go. Let's see what he can stick in. What's he on at the minute? 1:28, 1:29. I think he's a little bit too far back to make anything of this lap. Yeah, 3 seconds down, 1:38.9 for Podjonski. RA320 Racing is only 1,000th behind him. Blackwell and Burnfry side by side through Surtees. So just got to be careful you don't take each other out during this qualifying session. Blackwell's managed to get himself up front though. He's got himself a 4th position as well. So Luke Doherty still holding that top spot then. 5 minutes left of qualifying. RA320 has gone quicker. 1:35.5 for RA320. So it takes a couple of tenths out of Podjonski and Luke Doherty. So he's got another 10th up. Able to close that gap. Can he hold that advantage till the end of this lap at least? Podjonski gonna start putting in. Let's see him go around Druid, see what sort of times he's putting in. That's a little bit down, not too far. So Zach holding that 4th. He's managed to drop the chasing Burnfry. Weiss has got himself up into 5th, so he's put in a good time. 1:35.8 for Weiss. NGR Cutler in 6th. 1:35.8 for Cutler. I think he was one of the top runners last week. So Dan, whoa, just going wide through Dingle Dell. That's the turn I was saying. Carrying a lot of speed up the hill and into that turn. It's a little bit blind as you come into it. You've got to make sure you got the apex right. And KBL just shown us exactly how not to do it. So Big Z, oh, someone's just gone quicker. Who's that? P. Gibb got himself into 7th and thrown himself into the sand. 1:35.9 for P. Gibb. So Big Z 8th. He's just gone a little bit quicker as well, 1:35.9. Dan KBO pushed down into 9th now. Rob Scott in 10th. So chocolate dairy milk liveried. Looks like he's picked up a bit of sand as well. Very dusty looking paint on the back end tonight, Rob. Burnfry in 11th. Still on that 1:36.3. D-Dot now 12th, 1:36.4. So did you come in 3rd last week, D-Dot? Are you carrying the extra weight? Thunder out in 13th at the minute, 1:36.6. So he's putting in consistent 1:35s, low ones as well. 1:35.5, 1:35.0, 1:36.8, 1:35.1, 1:35.5, 1:35.2, another 1:35.3 there. Looks like he's happy with those. Bit of a wiggle as he comes across the line. Still holding half a second over anybody else. RA320 closest. Oh, he's just run himself off track. That might be that lap spent then. Johnski pushed down into third, 135.7. Blackwell 411 still holding fourth. Weiss fifth. Oh, now sixth. Who's that gone quicker? Bigsy's chucked himself into second position, 135.5. Great lap from Bigsy. Only just quicker than RA320. Slightly closer towards Luke Doherty. But still half a second. So just a minute left of quali. I'll get this lap and this lap only. Some of the other drivers will get through as well. But it's looking Luke Doherty holding top spot. Nobody able to challenge him at the minute. He's held that from quite early on, lap 3 as well. So Bigsy just at the end of qualifying, putting that 135.5 in, gets himself into second. RA320, 135.5 as well, late qualifying lap for third place. Weiss gets himself up another position into fourth, 135.5. Again, a late qualifying lap. Johnski on lap 3, 135.7. Zach now pushed down to sixth position, 135.8 early on in this qualifying session. Cutler as well early on, 135.8 for him. Pete Gibb in ninth, 135.9. Comes second last week, Pete Gibb. Or did he win? Can't remember. He may have won. Dan KBO in 10th, again another early qualifying lap, 135.9. Rob Scott 11th, no actual qualifying time on there. What is he? 0.2 back from Dan KBL, so he's on a 136.1 pretty much for Rob Scott. D-Dot on a 136.2, and that is qualifying over then. Thunderrat on a 136.4. So Thunderrat looks like he struggled a little bit here tonight. P1, Les. Yes, I thought you were P1. Yeah, so holding all the weight. What are you now? 11,007 kilos, is it? So they are 1050 kilos as standard. The top 3 drivers having to add extra clicks of weight to their car. Luke Doherty, evening, how you doing? Not bad qualifying lap from you there. You do like these no wear, no fuel depletion kablamo laps, don't you? You don't like the second race though, do you, so much? So Luke Doherty getting qualifying done and dusted early on, and on that third lap, 135.006. Can he continue with that over into the race? Again, no tyre wear or fuel depletion in this one. Stay out of trouble. I said that earlier, funnily enough. Yeah. Right, let's see how they get on. 15 minutes round Brands Hatch. Let's see if they'll make it through Paddock Hill Bend. Waiting for them to get away. No sign of the lights, but they're off now. It's a great start from Weiss. Luke Doherty then holding the lead into the first turn. Bigsy holding second. Weiss got himself up into third. That's 3 wide as they head up the hill. Cutler chucks himself into third, but runs himself wide, so gets it all wrong into Druids. Puts himself way down into 6th position. RA320 into third. Then what's happened to Weiss? He's pushed himself down into fifth, got himself back up into fourth. RA320 though, he's in third position now. Zach Blackwell in sixth position, still jostling for positions. Seventh position now, getting overtaken by Burnt Fry for that position. Weiss getting it wrong through Surtees, that's losing him a lot of time. He's going to get position taken possibly by Cutler as he runs up the hill. No, chucks himself down the centre of the track. Cutler's right on his rear end though as they head through there. Up towards Westfield. Weiss holding on to that fourth. Cutler fifth. Burnt Fry sixth. Blackwell seventh. Pajonski eighth. Dan KBL, he's just jumped himself up into eighth. So still position changes going on. We are only on lap one. It's kicking off into Sterling. Weiss has been run wide. I think Cutler's got caught up in that as well. There's another little bump between Phil P. Gibb and who was that? Was that Pajonski? Just giving Phil Gibb a bit of a punch in the door by the look of it. It's all still kicking off. Let's get ourselves back up front, see what's happening. Luke Doherty firing himself through Paddock Hill Bend, holding that top spot 1.1 seconds over Bigsy. Bigsy, a little bit of a penalty to drop, holding second. He's got 0.8 of a second over RA320. Top three pulling a big gap from Dan KBL now, holding that fourth position. CRT Burnt Fry hot on his tail. He's towing Blackwell as well. Didn't get such a good exit out of Graham Hill Bend there, so he loses a bit of time, does Zach. And allows Cutler to close back up in seventh. Almost a second back to Rob Scott in eighth position. Thunderrat in ninth. Pajonski unfortunately down in 10th position alongside P. Gibb. A little bit wrong on lap one, the pair of them. D-Dot also down in 12th, and Weiss now in 13th, looking to close all those gaps back up. He was sitting in third. Oh, we've got Thunder Rat run himself wide through Westfield. He's now at the back of the pack. Getting it right through there this time. Almost running it wide again through Sterling's. Weiss has got himself up into 11th, past P. Gibb, losing his penalty as well through the final turn. Alright, up front, Luke Doherty just starting to storm away with this one. 2.0, he's run himself wide through there. Slowed him down a little bit, but he has got 2.3 seconds to play with. RA320 up to second, Bigsy third. So a position swap there for second and third position. Bigsy then still a big gap back to Dan KBL, another 2.3 seconds. Some great shots there. Oh, I like that. Doherty 2.7 seconds lead over RA320 now. Nice and comfortable in the first setup race. RA320 starting to pull a little bit of a gap from Bigsy, only 0.7 of a second. That gap now reduced between themselves and Dan KBL, only 1.6 between them. Dan KBL able to close that gap and defend from CRT Burnt Fry. Zach's run himself wide through Sterling's, gets himself back on track. So didn't lose too much time there, Zach. He's still just under a second. Oh, Dan's got it wrong. Dan's got it wrong. He's put it in the sand pit. Where's he going to come back on track? He's now at the back of the pack. He'll be kicking himself. It's a short race as well. Just over 5 minutes gone. There's still 10 minutes left, or just under. Still time for him to get back onto the tail end of this pack. Start chomping his way back through it. That's unfortunate for Dan. Clark Curve catching many a driver out. You can see the gap there between Luke Doherty and RA320 Racing, now 3.2 seconds. Luke Doherty storming away with this one. RA320 still not managed to drop Bigsy at the minute. Scraff, evening, how you doing? So Bigsy still holding on to him, 0.6 of a second, just closing in a little bit as they head into Westfield. Let's give it some of that. See what Bigsy can do while we're on board. So heading down towards Stirling's, still keeping that 0.5, 0.6 of a second gap. Head down towards the Clark curve then. This is where we've just seen Dan KBL get it all wrong through here. Probably just dipping a little bit wide, catching a wheel and then spinning himself into the pit wall. So Bigsy actually losing a couple of tenths through there. It's almost 0.8 of a second. It does just tweak itself up to 0.8 of a second. Closes up again through Paddock Hill. Explores that whole track. RA320 going a little bit drifty in there. Allows Bigsy to close back up. Putting in a purple sector as well. Bigsy for sector 1. Closing back in on RA320. Heading into Surtees. Right on his tail. Can he keep the speed? Another purple sector for Bigsy. So under half a second now between Bigsy and RA320. Let's just change this camera up a little bit. So extends back up to over half a second. These two are going to be at it till the end of the race, I think. CRT Burnt Fry's got himself up into 4th, run himself a little bit wide through there, so coming under pressure from Zach Blackwell and NGR Cutler. Racing in the D-Dot liveried car tonight. Zach Blackwell trying to chuck himself around the outside. Burnt Fry's picked himself up a penalty, loses it down there. Cutler, the winner out of all that though, he manages to get himself up into 4th position, past Zach as well. Zach trying to take a void in action of the ghosting CRT Burnt Fry. And nobody actually getting Burnt Fried. Zach Blackwell and Chris Cutler actually really close on track in terms of strategies and driving style. So you'll see a lot of that in race 2. So Burnt Fry then pushed back down to 6th after that 4th position. Johnski getting himself up into 7th. Who's that? Rob Scott going for a full glitchatronic moment through the Druids. He's holding 8th at the minute. I don't know whether he'll hold his connection. Pete Gibbs back up into 9th. He's a little way off the 2 drivers in front, Rob Scott and Bajonski. 1.7 seconds he's got to try and make up at the minute. But he is holding the extra weight from last week, so he will be struggling just to try and keep up with these boys. So he's carrying an extra 60 kilos-ish. So not doing too bad a job. Weiss into 10th. He's under a bit of pressure from Thunderrat though. Let's go on board with Thunderrat. See if he can get this manoeuvre done. Down towards Stirling's then. Gets a wheel on the grass for Thunderrat. Slows him down a little bit. Very deep into Clark. Possibly what we saw Dan KBL do earlier. Sorry to keep bringing it up, mate. But loses all that time to Weiss now, just through those couple of little mistakes. A gap over a second between these two. So I thought that we were looking at a position change any second, but Thunderrat unfortunately dropping himself out of that fight. Dan KBL has made a position up. He's got past D-Dot. I think D-Dot really struggling with the extra weight. If he's carrying it, I think he's carrying it. to say he's carrying it. Luke Doherty storming away with this one, nearly 6 seconds over RA320. And these two back on it. So Bigsy has closed that gap back up. Neither of these two have been able to pull any time back on Luke Doherty. So on board looking back at an attacking Bigsy. Down towards this final turn. Bigsy closing up a little bit under braking. Towards Paddock Hill Bend, closing up again. Almost contact between the two drivers. It's just compromised Bigsy's exit. Again, closes up under braking. Through Druids, nice and cleanly for the pair of them. A little bit drifty through the exit there. On these medium tyres, don't give quite as much grip. So into Graham Hill. Using all that plastic curbing. Again, Bigsy closing up. So he's in a good position here. He's got quite a long straight to try and make something of this. He's taking himself out of the slipstream. He might just be quite happy to sit in third. Obviously, if RA320 makes a mistake, Bigsy's not going to let that one go, but he might just be, as I say, quite happy to sit in third, knowing that RA320 in race 2 will be holding slightly more weight than him. But Luke Doherty now nearly 8 seconds up the road. 7.6. Only 2 minutes left of this one. Another fastest lap as well, 1:34.7 for Luke. So he's having a whale of a time at the minute. So RA320, he's just managed to make a bit of a gap on Bigsy. Like I say, Bigsy might just be quite happy to sit in third. With only a couple of minutes left, he might just be able to hold on to that. There's plenty of gap back to 4th place NGR Cutler. 5.8 seconds back to 4th. CRT Burntfry's got himself back up to 5th. Bajonski's got himself past Zach Blackwell. What's happened to Zach? So he's obviously got it wrong somewhere. Bajonski running it massively wide through Graham Hill Bend. So Zach unfortunately down in 7th now. He was 4th earlier on. So Bajonski, let's just go quickly through the order. A minute left of this race. Luke holding that top spot. Holding fastest lap as well. 7-8 seconds in front of RA320. Still under a bit of threat from 3rd place Bigsy. Like I say, I think Bigsy's just going to sit behind him for the rest of this one. So Cutler's holding 4th. Burntfry is closing that gap down on him. Bajonski up into 6th position. 7th for Zach Blackwell. He'll be hoping he can get across the line and put some pressure on Bajonski for a final lap. That's what he'll want. What have they got? 30 seconds remaining. Yeah, I think they'll get across the line, these pair, definitely. He's got a second to make up as Zach, and only a lap to do it. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So sitting in 7th at the minute. Rob Scott in 8th. So he's managed to dust that car off a little bit. P. Gibb in 9th, 5 seconds back, 5.5 seconds back, but he is coming under pressure from Dan KBL and Weiss. So both of these drivers, quick guys, but had mistakes, and unfortunately in 10th and 11th, but trying to pile the pressure on on P. Gibb in the final lap. Weiss has got a bit of a penalty to lose as well. Thunderat then crosses the line to finish the race in 12th position. Thunderat 13th, again A little bit of mistakes from Thunderrat, and I believe D-Dot carrying the extra weight from last week. So Luke Doherty then, taking it easy at the end of this one. He's still got 6 seconds to play with. Flash of the lights as he comes up to the line. So taking the win then for Luke Doherty, 5.8 seconds in the end. RA320 does come home second. Bigsy comes home third. Cutler, is he going to hold on to fourth? Yes, he is. Handbrake across the line and into the camera. Burnfry takes fifth, just drops his penalty. Blackwell comes across the line sideways just behind Pajonski. So Pajonski sixth, Zach Blackwell in seventh, Rob Scott eighth. Weiss, Weiss had a great big penalty to lose, so P. Gibb does hold on to 9th, Dan KBL comes home 10th, Weiss 11th, I forget who was 12th, and Thunderrat. I'll find out who's 12th. D-Dot, of course, D-Dot. Of course it was D-Dot. So we're going to have a few minutes break and then we jump into race 2. As I say, reverse grid, tyre wear and fuel depletion switched on. I believe it's times 8, times 5, but I could be lying. It could be a completely different lobby. Let's see what Luke Doherty's got to say in the chat then. I'm sure he's saying something. Yeah, so you'll see a few different strategies in race 2. And you'll see some drivers eat through tyres. They'll eat through a set of mediums quicker than other drivers can eat through a set of softs. Or possibly even a set of super softs, possibly not around here. It's quite brutal on tyres, this track. Yes, so Luke Doherty, RA320 and NXGN Bigsy do have to carry extra weight over. So I believe it's becomes from 1050 as standard to 1085, 1090 something 8, and then 107, 1107 or something like that. So the top 3 drivers from race 1 carrying extra weight into race 2. Starting from the back as well, with now fuel and tyre wear on, so it makes it very difficult. There it is, Luke. Still setting purples on the last lap. Nice. Absolutely crap myself 2 laps before the end. Just got a wheel on the grass. Nah. There you go. That's why you lost a couple of seconds then. I thought it was just because you were taking it easy. But that's the paragraph we were looking for, Luke. I knew it was coming. I could feel the keyboard being smoshed. It's a real word, believe you me. Quick shout out to the new subscribers as well. Blickety bloing. Who've we got? Elite Digits and Ethan. I won't go through last names. So cheers, boys. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. There we go. So Cutler just confirming the extra weights. First place having 1109. Second 1097 and third 1085. I think I was pretty much smack on. Say 1097 or 1098 for second. no people, is it? You'd all say I've got a bit of paper. I mean, I have got it in front of me somewhere on my phone or something, but no, I'm not looking at it. That was just a pure guess. I kind of knew what it was. I kind of, you know, commentated this league enough. Yeah, 450 subscribers. Whoop-de-whoop. Who'd have thought it? Eh? Who'd have thought that 450 of you lot wouldn't want to listen to me talking to myself in my spare room? It's madness, isn't it? But I did say, when I hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to chuck out some more merch. So I chucked out stickers when I was at 200. I'm going to get some more stickers made, that's for definite. Definitely some more stickers, better stickers as well, because the last ones were pretty shocking. But they were free, come on people. Free damn stickers to you lot. And apologies to the people I was meant to send stickers out to, I've completely forgot over the weekend. I did forget. But I'll get them out to you, I will. You'll pretty much have the last few. I've got a little teeny little pile left. So yeah, get me 50 more subscribers, people. Tell your mates, tell your mums. Don't worry, that's not over. I'm not finishing the stream. I know that's what you usually hear when I'm killing it, but yeah, I think I just left the chat, Luke. That's how you get rid of notifications that pop up on the PlayStation chat. You can possibly turn them off, but at the time I just found the setting to leave the group, so I left the group. Because yeah, it is a bit mental. The boys understood, you know, it can be distracting when you're getting the old so-and-so is online, or so-and-so has sent you a message, and yeah. Yeah, unfortunately I left the chat. Oh, it's a 25-minute second race, sorry. Slight change mid-season, forgot about that. So we're not going to be far off starting race 2. No Graham Reeds for this one, unfortunately. I think he was having all sorts of... Get back over there. He was having all sorts of connection issues. No, he's not in the room tonight either. That's a bit of a shame. I think you're going to your PlayStation settings, and that's as much as I can tell you. Can't you mute the group or something from your phone, or is that not an option? I don't quite know, Luke. Yeah, I had to do the same thing, just obviously with the commentary work. I couldn't have big black blobs appearing on screen. I mean, slightly better going direct via PlayStation because it doesn't show on a stream, but it blanks itself out. But when I was doing it by the PC, yeah, everyone was seeing who was online and stuff like that. So, nope. Slow out of turn 4. The last turn because of my what? Gearing. Okay. That plus weight. Well, why don't you wiggle your gearing, have a play with your gearing before race 2? Change it up a bit. If you're carrying the extra weight, you should have a couple of little setups ready to go. So if you do get hammered with a bit of extra weight, you've got something to sort of try and compensate for it. But it is going to be tough rolling from the back with all the weight. I think Luke is probably going to go out on the medium tyre to start with. There he is, 12th. What's he on? Yeah, set of racing mediums for Luke. He's quite mean to tyres, is Luke. In fact, everyone was mean to tyres last week. Where were we at? Kyoto? Yeah. Horrible bunch. Where is he? Where's is it Rob Scott? Was it you? Was it you? I'm sticking with you. I'm blaming you for murdering a tyre till it was red before you came in the pits. You horrible man. Burnt Fry evening. NGR Burnt Fry on YouTube. CRT Burnt Fry on PlayStation. Why aren't you MRC Burnt Fry on Facebook or something? P1 Burnt Fry on Instagram. So here we go. Race 2. I forgot to look what tyre and fuel settings were. I'm going to say times 5 and times 8. I was right. Yeah. So reverse grid from race 1. Luke Doherty starting at the back with the extra weight. RA320 also holding extra weight along with NXG and Bigsy. So Thunderrat's going to lead us away. No sign of the lights again. Thanks PlayStation. And they're off. It's a very poor start from D-Dot. Very poor start. He's hemorrhaging places. 7th, 8th, 9th. Where are you, D-Dot? Where have you gone? Oh, there you are, 8th. Okay. Alright, Thunderrat still leading as they head into Druids. Down the hill, Weiss in 2nd, Dan KBL 3rd, so it's as they were for the top 3. Weiss looking for a way round already though. So he's got himself up the inside of Thunderrat as they head into Surtees. Chucks himself up the inside to take first position from Weiss. Thunderrat having a little go back at him, but I don't think he's carrying enough speed. He will get a bit of a tow up here as they head up towards Hawthorns. So Rob Scott getting a wheel on the grass in the background, just trying to defend that place from CRT Burnt Fry. So Weiss holding top spot, Thunderrat 2nd, Dan KBL under all sorts of pressure behind from Blackwell and P. Gibb. Blackwell getting through, Dan KBL running a little bit wide. Blackwell gives him plenty of space though. Gets himself back on track, holds that 4th position. P. Gibb 5th, CRT Burnt Fry in 6th position. A little bit of a gap then back to Pajonski in 7th. Oh, Bigsy's run himself wide. So Rob Scott's in 8th position. He was under a bit of threat from NGR Cutler as they head down from Stirling's, back under some pressure as well as they come down the pits. Is that Bigsy again in the background, running himself wide? So yeah, carrying that extra weight, starting to struggle. So Cutler 9th, D-Dot 10th, losing all those positions off the line. Luke Doherty in 11th. So starting to make up a position or two for Luke. He's got himself back past RA320, although RA320 was trying to run himself around the outside. Dan KBL's got it all wrong into Druids. RA320 doing everything he can to try and get past Luke Doherty. He's not quite holding as much weight. So Dan KBL, we've just seen getting it all wrong into Druids, now down in 12th position. Bigsy holding that extra weight. We've seen him off track once or twice. Not actually that far back at the minute. It's actually closing in on Dan KBL. Goes defensive for Dan. Pigsie's going to have to run around the outside if he wants it. No chance. But he is piling the pressure on, even though he's carrying that extra weight. Dan KBL, possibly a different tyre strat. Thunder Rat running wide. Who's that running wide as well? Pete Gibb running wide. So Dingle Dell, an awful corner for people running wide at. Still a little bit of bumping and barging going on in these early stages. So Weiss managed to pull an extensive lead already, 2.3 seconds. We are only on to lap 2, just starting lap 3. Zach's got himself into second. He gets himself down the inside of Thunder Rat. CRT Burntfry looking for a move as well as they head up towards Druids. Yeah, nice gap for Weiss at the minute. Zach Blackwell on the racing super softs for race 2. They'll get chewed through quite quickly here. Oh, I like that camera. Does mean we're all the way down at 10th. Right, so Burntfry's got himself up into 3rd. Battling it out with Thunder Rat for that position. Pete Gibb, unfortunately, we saw running himself almost off track. He's holding 5th position. Pajonski 6th, Rob Scott 7th. Purple sector there for Pajonski on lap 3. Rob Scott 7th. Cutler in 8th position, hot on Rob Scott's tail as they go into... Why have I forgotten what that turn's called? Westfield. Idiot. So looking to make that move already. Oh, D-Dot's off track. So pushes himself almost down to 11th position. He's side by side with Luke Doherty as they head down towards the final turn. Just holds out. Is there anything Luke Doherty can do? He does. He runs back down the inside. He's going to have the inside line into... Oh, who's that behind? Kicking off. Dan KBL nearly getting it wrong into the same turn. He got it wrong in race 1. D-Dot going for a move back on Luke Doherty though, trying to get that 10th position back. Luke Doherty not doing too bad in race 2 at the minute. D-Dot going for a move back down the inside at Druids. So Luke's going to hold the inside line through Graham Hill. A real good race in between these two. A little bit of a bumping and a barging. Everyone keeping it on track. I think D-Dot just going down the inside into Surtees. Can he carry the speed? Luke Doherty's run himself very wide. D-Dot does hold that position, carries the speed, takes that 10th position back. Luke Doherty though is right on his tail as they head back down the hill. Closes back up, but nowhere for him to go at the minute. Both drivers running a little bit wide through there. Dan KBL just coming through in the background. Oh, Luke Doherty has run it wide now. Who's that? Who's got it wrong? Oh, that's D-Dot. Oh, sorry, it's Burntfry. Apologies, he's now down in 11th position. It was the back end of that black car that put me off. So let's go and see what's happening up front. Why? Still holding 2.2 second lead from Blackwell. Closing in a little bit. He has just got to be careful. P. Gibb actually getting himself up into 3rd. I didn't see what happened to CRT Burntfry, but something horrible. So P. Gibb holding 3rd, actually trying to pressure Zach Blackwell for that 2nd position. Pajonski on the tail end of that fight, as well as Thunder Rat for 4th and 5th. Thunder Rat did actually lead this race away. Now down in 5th position. Pete Gibb going for a move on Blackwell. Then he's side by side as they head up towards Surtees. Not quite. Zach able to just keep his nose in front, keep the line, hold that position from 3rd place Pete Gibb. Now there's a train of 4 heading up the hill towards Hawthorns. Zach's just going to hold on to it. So There's that train of cars. We're on board with Zach, looking back at P. Gibb, Pajonsky and Thunderrat. Zach just getting a little bit of a breather from P. Gibb's attacks while he defends. Oh, P. Gibb's run himself wide again. Gets himself back on track in front of Pajonsky. Slowed him down, run himself wide as well through the surtees again. Pajonsky carrying that extra speed. He's going to get himself up. No. P. Gibb outbreaks him into Clark. So holds that third position, but now losing all sorts of time to Zach. Meantime, Zach, looking ahead, is only 1.6 seconds back from Weiss now in race 2. He's on those super softs, and you can see they're starting to look a little bit brutalised. Let's go and see what tyre Weiss has got. He's on the softs, again a lot of wear on those. But Zach is slowly chopping little bits out of him. Oh, just losing a bit through there. P. Gibb holding on to that third. As another driver coming into this fight then. Got a right pile of drivers fighting out for third. P. Gibb holding that position at the minute. Pajonsky fourth. Rob Scott now fifth. Cutler sixth. Thunderrat seventh. He's run himself wide through surtees. That's going to slow him down. CRT Burnfry's back up into eighth position. RA320 now ninth. A lot of wear on those softs as well. So he's managed to get himself past Luke Doherty. Luke's on the medium tyre, holding the extra weight from race 1. Someone else is at RA320, just getting it a bit wide through Hawthorns. And again, so he doesn't lose too much time. Luke Doherty coming under threat from Dan KBL. KBL just chops his nose off through there, so Luke down in 11th, D-Dot now 12th. I lied, D-Dot actually getting past Luke Doherty, puts Luke down into 12th, and Bigsy, fortunately, just struggling in race 2 tonight on the mediums and carrying that extra weight from race 1. Luke has chucked himself in the pits now. He's getting rid of those mediums. He's taking on board fuel as well. He's obviously going to come out of the back of the pack. Let's see what sort of strategy plays out later on. So Weiss still holding on to that lead. He's managed to extend again from Blackwell. Blackwell coming under threat from third place P. Gibb. Chucks himself up the inside. Great move by P. Gibb. Up the inside of Surtees on the racing softs versus Zach's absolutely beating up super softs. So tyre wear starting to play into P. Gibb's hands now. So into second position for P. Gibb. Good result last week, taking the win in race 2. Anything Zach can do about that on those worn out softs? I don't think there is. Cutler is actually closing up on this fight as well for fourth. A lot less wear on those softs compared to anyone else. P. Gibb getting it wide. Oh, and then I think he's just been collared by Zach Blackwell on the exit. Getting himself back on track for P. Gibb. Just getting collected by Zach, I believe. But that has just allowed NGR Cutler to sweep through and take second position. We have got Pajonsky in the pits then. He comes in on lap 7, at the end of lap 7. So I did say Cutler and Zach were pretty close on track, and here they are. We'll be on lap 8, and they are bumper to bumper. Different strategies tonight. So Cutler on the softs, like I say, not that much wear on those, and Zach on the super softs, but he's taken all the life out of those. Cutler in fact runs wide, gets himself back on track just before it turns into Surtees. Now 2.2 back, 2.1 back from Weiss. Weiss actually got a little bit of a penalty to drop. Dropping time to Cutler as well. Cutler's now got a second breathing room to Zach in third. Rob Scott then fourth position. So quite a bit of wear on those softs as well. I think Zach just compromised his own lap, got it a little bit wrong into Hawthorne, slowed him down into Westfield. That's just allowed Rob Scott to sneak through and take third. So Zach down into fourth. Big gap then back to fifth place. RA320 pretty much out of fuel and pretty much out of tyres as well. 7 seconds back for fifth. Dan KBL chopping his way back through the pack quite well. He's sitting in sixth position. Only 0.3 back from RA320. He's got enough fuel on board to do another lap as well. So RA320 will come in now. Bit of a short race for him if he doesn't. Top three are in. Thunder Rat also chucks himself in the pits. CRT Burnt Fry came in a lap or two ago, so out on a fresh set of softs. He's gone for just over half a tank. Luke Doherty also coming in early. He's gone for super softs and about 3/4 of a tank by the looks of it. A penalty to lose though. Chucks himself up into third. Just wait for this all to calm down as they come in and out of the pits. So Dan yet to stop is out front, 8.6 seconds over second place Burnt Fry. He will take the lead of this race. Whether he can hold on to that is a different matter. Luke into third. Again carrying all the extra weight from race one. Rob Scott fourth at the minute. 1.1 back from Luke Doherty. Pete Gibb into fifth. So had Rod's, so Rob's stopped. He's on 3/4 of a tank and a fresh set of racing softs. Pete Gibb under all sorts of pressure from Cutler. He's on a set of racing softs, just under 3/4 of a tank. Cutler's gone for a full tank and a set of racing softs. Weiss has gone for a full tank and racing softs. Bajonski 3/4 of a tank and super softs. Zach has gone for almost a full tank and super softs. Penalty to lose as well. D-Dot again super softs and pretty much full tank. RA320 a fresh set of softs, full tank. Same for Thunder Rat, almost full tank. Big Z another set of mediums for Big Z. Dan KBL comes in the pits now. So Burnt Fry does take the lead of the race. Doherty into second, closing up on Burnt Fry, 0.9 of a second between them. Again, got a bit of a penalty to lose for Luke. Carrying all the extra weight. Purple sectors though for Luke Doherty. Even carrying that extra weight from race one, not doing too bad at all. So Rob Scott gets himself promoted up into a podium position at the minute. P. Gibb still just holding on to fourth. So I think Cutler and P. Gibb have been side by side. For almost a lap. Wait. But Cutler gets himself through then. Takes that fourth position. Not a lot P. Gibb could do about that. He got it a little bit wide into Hawthorne's, just allowed Cutler to sneak past. But slowly closes back up on him as they head down towards Clark's. Does he bung it up the inside? Cutler chucks it down the inside early. P. Gibb tries to run it back down the inside on the exit. Cutler closes that door in his face, makes him run wide again. Not run wide, run around the outside. So the top five on screen. P. Gibb, Cutler, Rob Scott, Luke Doherty and CRT Burnt Fry all in front. Another purple sector for P. Gibb. Real good fight between these two. I think they're both closing up on Rob Scott as well. I believe the gap's coming down. It is. It's only 3.2 between the top five. Another purple sector. So, looks like they are able to close up on CRT Burnt Fry, who's currently leading. 1.7 seconds out front. He's on a half decent set of softs, quarter of a tank left on board. Luke Doherty starting to see the stress on those super softs now. He's got just over just over a quarter of a tank. Still got a second's breathing room to third place Rob Scott. But yeah, NGR Cutler all over the rear end of him now. Oh, Weiss has run it a little bit wide through Sterling's. So 6th, 7th and 8th starting to close up on this battle as well. 6.5 minutes remaining. Pack starting to close up again. I've got one or two stragglers. Let's go and see what they're doing. So Rob Scott, Cutler and Pete Gibb all battling out for third as they head up the hill towards Druids. Who's that in the background? Is that Pajonski? Where are you? Yeah, Pajonski, I think, just got it a little bit wrong through Paddock Hill Bend. Not sure if there was contact, but ends up on the sand. So pushed down to 6th. Blackwell 7th, Weiss in, Blackwell 6th, Weiss in 7th, pretty hot on his tail. I do like to throw the rear end of these minis into Surtees. Right. Burnt Fry extending his gap 2.3 seconds, so Luke Doherty starting to struggle on those super softs. Still got a tiny bit of penalty to lose as well. Rob Scott still hanging on to third. Cutler putting all sorts of pressure on him. So Pete Gibb 5th. These boys have dropped back loads now, so Zach and Weiss 6th and 7th, now 5 seconds back. Pajonski another 3.2 seconds back. We've just seen him get it wrong into Paddock Hill Bend. Who's that just come in the pits? Who's that? That's Burnt Fry and Luke Doherty both in the pits at the same time. 5 minutes remaining. So Rob Scott takes the lead of the race. He's gone massively defensive into Druids to try and defend from Cutler. A bit of bumping and a barging between those two, and that's just allowed Pete Gibb to sneak through and take top spot. So he'll be saying thank you very much. Rob Scott's trying to cut back down the inside of him. Oh, Cutler's got it wrong through Graham Hill Bend, chucks himself on the grass. I think he was a side by side with Rob Scott as they ran down the hill. I don't think he could turn in. But Pete Gibb, the winner out of that fight, was sitting in third, snuck through at Druids to take top spot. 4 minutes remaining, quarter of a tank, half a decent set of softs on. Rob Scott, very similar position, but holding a little bit more fuel than Pete Gibb. Might just be hurting him a tiny bit, although he's closing up on Pete Gibb. He will be gaining a toe down some of these turns. NGR Cutler will be driving the life out of that Mini, trying to close that gap up. What is he, 2.5? Oh, Pete Gibb. He really doesn't like Dingledale. Rob Scott gets him through into top spot. Pete Gibbs second then, second back. NGR Cutler's now only got a second and a half to try and make up for another podium position. He has got half a second just under to lose in penalty. Tries to drop it through Clark's. So Weiss fourth, Zach running it massively wide in fifth position. Losing time to Weiss as well, could come under threat from Pajonski. CRT Burnt Fry back out the pits, fresh set of super softs from Burnt Fry. But getting it all wrong into turn one. RA320, so he's battling it out for 8th position against Luke Doherty. Luke's got the inside line into Druids, so takes that position. He's still got a penalty to lose as well. So why didn't you take on board tyres, Luke Doherty, when you came in the pits? Oh, you did. Fresh set of racing super softs. Okay. So RA320 losing a position. D Dot Fresh set of softs for him, reasonably fresh set, sitting in 10th at the minute. Dan KBL, again very similar situation, quarter of a tank, reasonable set of softs on board. A bit more wear on Thunderrats in 12th, similar fuel situation. Bigsy not that far off these two now, 3.9 seconds, but carrying the extra weight. I think just struggling on the medium tyre as well for Bigsy. So, Rob Scott still holding top spot. What's happened to Cutler? Cutler's got it wrong somewhere. Weiss has managed to get through, lost all that time, has Cutler now. So Rob Scott, Pete Gibb coming through. What are they? It's pretty much going to be last lap. I don't think they'll get another one. They will be very close. Rob Scott and Pete Gibb going to battle it out to the line then. I think we need one of these for final lap. If they put some stormers in, they might just get across the line. P. Gibb got all the work to do. Keeping it nice and calm through 30s. Getting this power on early. You can see him closing up on Rob Scott in front. Rob Scott's got wheels on the grass, he's going so defensive. So now he pushes P. Gibb out to the furthest part of the track he can. Can P. Gibb get a run? Again, chucks himself down the inside, Rob Scott. Nowhere for P. Gibb to go. Getting down the inside as they're heading towards Dingle Dell. P. Gibb, don't get it wrong this time. Lets off early. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to carry enough speed to make another move on Rob Scott, unless Rob Scott makes a mistake into this turn or the final turn. Might just have to settle for second place now for P. Gibb. 8 seconds left on the clock. Gives it all at the end of this race. I don't think he's going to do it. He does close up a little bit on Rob Scott. That's it, time is done. Rob Scott does take the win then. Pete Gibb comes home second. A good effort, mate. CRT Burntfry comes home third in the end. Great big handbrake across the line on the super softs. Weiss takes fourth. Luke Doherty comes home fifth in the end. Late stops for those two. Pajonski in sixth. Cutler seventh. Zach Blackwell in Blackwell 411 in eighth. RA320 in ninth. D Dot in 10th. Dan KBL comes home 11th. Bigsy through the final turn, so he's made up a position actually, gets up into 12th position for Bigsy. I don't know what's happened to Thunderrat then. He's driving like a maniac. I saw sparks. He's lost his mind. Fortunately, he comes home last for Thunderrat, not too sure why. There was some great racing in that one, Phil. There was some great racing. At one point there was like 7, maybe 8 of you kicking off as sort of third. I think when you were in third. Yeah, it was pretty good. Nice 5th place, Luke. That's not a bad result at all, mate. Not a bad result at all. Starting at the back with that extra weight, and we know how you are with your tyres. You don't like tyres. Burnt Fry, happy with that? Minis are fun, aren't they? Huh? Huh? No. So, race results. Rob Scott taking first, P. Gibbs second. Only just Rob. Only just P. Gibbs on you. So Burntfly taking third position in race 2. Weiss fourth. Luke Doherty fifth. So late stops for Burntfly and Luke. Sticking on the super softs at the end of that one. Pajonski taking sixth. I think he'd be quite happy with that. Cutler seventh. Don't think he'll be happy with that. Blackwell 411 as well. Not having the best of races in race 2. RA320 in 9th. D Dot 10th, again struggled tonight. I'm not sure why. He's had some good results. Maybe not liking this track, I don't know. Dan KBL comes home 11th, Bigsy 12th, but again struggling tonight with the extra weight. And Thunder Rat in 13th. Luke Doherty with the fastest lap of the race as well in race 2, 1:36.0. So he obviously enjoys Brands Hatch, he obviously enjoys the minis. Yeah, so congrats, top 3, good racing. Well, it was good racing all round, as P. Gibbs said. There was a bit of door banging, but to be expected, especially in race 2. Alright, let me see if my coffee's still warm. Just about. So, what have we got coming up? What are we on today? Monday. So yes, round 8 of the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup, hosted by TANSO tonight. Excuse me. On Wednesday night we have the MRC GR3 League, that's the Team Oliver Racing League. So that's Wednesday at 8:30. Thursday at 9 o'clock we've got Battle of the Groups, that's round 4 of that one, 4 of 5. 7 different sim racing groups taking part in that, showing up with teams of 2 to try and battle it out. It's been some good racing. Saturday, I believe, 9 o'clock. I might be wrong, but if I am wrong, I'll tell you on Wednesday or Thursday. I believe it's 9 o'clock. You know what? Hold on. Let me just have a quick look here. Shoopity boop boop. Babby ba. Blam blam. Okay, 8:30 on Saturday. 8:30. See? So yeah, Wednesday 8:30 for the GR3 League. Thursday for the team versus team Battle of the Groups. Saturday for the new team versus team, so it's an MRC versus Amigo Racing and P1. So 3 different sim racing groups setting up for that one on Saturday, 8:30 qualifying. And Sunday, 9 o'clock, we're back for round 2 of P1's Super Formula League. That was interesting on Sunday night. That was some good racing there. So again, it's a single make, well, pretty much a single make. There's Toyotas and Hondas, but they're near as damn it the same car. But some good racing to be had in that one. Cutler, no problem. Just give me a quick shout in the PlayStation chat. What's happening there? Luke Doherty. It's still all kicking off in the chat again. Is it? Is it kicking off in the chat? I'm not reading it out to you people, but I'm going to have a look. It's not really kicking off. It's not kicking off. I don't know what Luke's talking about. There's no angry faces or anything. No proper emoji rants or anything. Anyway, so that's what's coming up. Wednesday, 8:30. We've got MRC's Team Oliver Racing GR3 League. Thursday, Battle of the Groups, 9 PM. Saturday, 8:30 for the 3-way team versus team between MRC, P1 and the new sim racing group I've not heard of, Amigos. So 8:30 Saturday, and then 9 PM Sunday for the P1 Super Formula race. And then back next week, same time, same place for round 9 of this. Apart from that, I'm pretty much going to end it here. So I hope you like what you watched. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Darksmoka. I'm out of here.